Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new episode of At the Buzzer Sports Gaming. We are starting a brand new MyLeague series. It is the Memphis Grizzlies. This is going to be a very realistic MyLeague series, meaning I'm going to take control of all 30 NBA teams. I'm going to do some realistic trades this offseason. We're going to do a spin the wheel version. So I have a few names that are going to get traded this offseason, which is DeJounte Murray, Brandon Ingram, Mikal Bridges, Josh Giddey, Zach LaVine, Jared Allen, Darius Garland, and CJ McCollum. Those are the guys who will be on the trade block. I'm going to do a spin the wheel for what if they should be traded, yes or no, and then the realistic rumors for teams they could go to. So for example, DeJounte Murray has been rumored to go to the Pelicans, the Lakers, and the Heat. So we're going to do a spin the wheel of if he's going to leave or if he's going to stay. And then we're going to spin the wheel out of those three teams to see which team he ends up going to, whether it's the Heat, Lakers, or Pelicans. Now, I am very excited to get this started, and we're going to start it up right now. I mean, I have no reason to keep y'all waiting. All right, so basically the Celtics are playing the Dallas Mavericks in the finals. We all know this. We all know, but we're going to get this simulated real quick, this series simulated, and the Celtics won in 7, so. Okay, so I'm probably going to make LeBron James about 3 years younger just to make sure he doesn't retire next year, because I'm sure he's going to re-sign like a three-year deal in free agency. Kyle Lowry's going to come back as well. Mike Conley will as well. DeAndre Jordan's fine. Eric Gordon, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, everybody else is going to retire. PJ Tucker, fine with me. He's 39. Markieff Morris, okay. Jay Crowder retiring at 33, crazy. Let's see. Let's look at staff retirements. Greg Popovich, we're gonna bring you back. Luke Walton, we'll bring you back. And then yeah, that's good. Hall of Fame inductees, nobody. Jersey retirements, nobody. And then we got league meetings. We're just gonna go through this real quick. Draft lottery, the top 3 are done via random. We're gonna reject that. By the way, we're gonna be doing the actual lottery order to make it as realistic as possible. Yeah, so we're gonna see how this goes. Hopefully it's as accurate as it can be, so I can have an easier time trying to get the lottery decent. So let's see. Okay, we actually jumped up to the 3rd pick, the Portland Trailblazers. So the top 3 isn't accurate at all. The Pistons having the 5th pick is accurate. Yeah, so this is not what it is. So all right, I'm going to do the draft lottery. I'm going to get that all straightened out, and then we're going to get into the NBA draft. Okay, it took us a minute, but we got the draft lottery all taken care of. You can see the Hawks have the 1st pick with the Wizards and then the Rockets, and then vice versa and so on and so forth. We have the 9th pick. Now, I am thinking about leaning towards Donovan Clingan. If we look at the mock drafts, I think he gets taken early in 2K. Let's see. Yeah, he's projected to go number 5 to Detroit. That's not realistic at all. But I think I'm going to have to trade up to go get that pick. Obviously, the draft is not in order as of right now, but as a matter of fact, we're just going to simulate to the draft a little bit and see if it updates just a little bit. But if I have to trade up to go get Donovan Clingan, then that's what we're gonna do, because it still looks like he's gonna be headed to the Detroit Pistons. Now, I don't think Zachary Rissache is a bad pick at all, but if I don't get Donovan Clingan, I want Ron Holland or Alex Sarr if he falls to us, maybe even Stephon Cassell, but I would love to get Donovan Clingan. So this is what we're gonna do. Detroit, take this 9th pick. Let's see if we can do this now, because part of me just wants to really take control of these teams and draft who they should really draft in real life. But it's the NBA draft. You have no clue what's gonna happen, so it's like we're gonna keep that as realistic as possible. But let's see, you guys want Marcus Smart for Isaiah Stewart, not happening. Let's see if I can give you a couple more seconds to let this really marinate. Nope. Let's see, I'll give y'all a 2028 first. Take these seconds back. Nope. And then we'll throw some seconds in there to make it worth your while. Nope. Let's see. 2 more seconds. See if that works. Okay. So we have the 5th pick now. Hopefully Donovan Clingan stays right there. Hopefully he stays right there, because I do not want to have given up all these 2nd round picks just for him to not be drafted there. So we're going to get right to the NBA draft. I'm not even going to play around. Let's see. Cody Williams goes number 1 to the Atlanta Hawks. And we have a trade to announce. And the Hawks get Alex Sarr, and Cody Williams. I think they just traded to get the 2nd pick in the draft from the Washington Wizards. That is ridiculous. Nikola Topic goes to the Houston Rockets. Not a bad pickup at all. The Spurs take Tijan Saloon. That's not a bad pickup at all. We're going to get our guy. We're going to go get our guy, Donovan Clingan, to play the center and run right next to Jaren Jackson. This is going to be fun. I don't know who this is, but he just got picked with the 6th pick. That's crazy. That's crazy. Tristan Da Silva goes number 7 to the Portland Trailblazers. That's crazy. Let's see what's next. Jared McCain goes number 8 to the Spurs. This draft is all over the place. Zach Edey. Okay, we're about to trade up to 12 because there are seriously some very good options on the board. Let's see. Let's see what I can get for this. You guys want... We have pick 13? Oh, no. No, we don't. They want Gigi Jackson for pick 13. I'm not doing it. But Vince Williams, I will give y'all Vince Williams. If that means I get Ron Holland, John Conchar, and a 2027 first. I don't really want to buy all the way into... I think this is the best trade. This is not as realistic, but if these guys are still on the board, if these type of players are still on the board, I'm not taking a second bat at an eye. Carlton Carrington goes. Ron Holland goes. Wow, that's the guy I wanted. That's the guy I wanted. Stephon Cassell goes now. That's the guy. That's another guy I wanted. Let's see. Devin Carter's still on the board. Jacoby Walter, Bronny James. So you give up Vince Williams, and the guy you wanted gets taken off the board. So let's Risachet. Floor spacer. I think that's a guy. Reed Shepherd, Matas Buzelis. It's still some very good players on the board. I don't think Reed Shepherd is the guy that we take, given that we have Ja Morant, and I don't want to put an undersized shooting guard next to an undersized point guard. Well, Ja Morant's not really an undersized point guard, but he is smaller. I don't want a backcourt of 6'3" and 6'2". Zachary Risachet is he's intimidating. Not intimidating. He's interesting. He is looking real nice. It's looking like a steal. I think we take him. Zachary Risachet, welcome to Memphis. That's just something we had to do. Let's see. I think Devin Carter just went. I don't know what team he went to. Jacoby Walter goes to the Warriors. Robert Dillingham goes to the Pelicans. That's a really good pickup. Matas Buzelis goes to the Raptors. Very good pickup. The Philadelphia 76ers drafted Dalton Knecht. Very good pickup. Reed Shepherd goes to the Magic. They needed some shooting. Very good pickup. Jalen Tyson. Okay, I think they're starting to get... Isaiah Collier goes to the Pelicans. So now there's a point guard duel going on in New Orleans. And like I said earlier in the video, we don't know if CJ McCollum's going to get traded this offseason. We're going to find out. Kel'el Ware, another position of need for the Pelicans. They're having a very good draft. Yves Mystery goes to the Knicks. I don't think they needed another center, but that could be meaning they might let go of iHeartRadio. Let's see. Okay. So it looks like the Wizards just traded their 2025 pick. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna get about this draft, and we're gonna get to our spin the wheel portion of the video where we find out who's gonna get traded. We got Donovan Clingan, who's a 76 overall, and then we go on to get Risachet, who's another 76 overall. So these guys are gonna They're gonna play. They're gonna play a lot. I think Donovan Clink is gonna start immediately, and I think Risa Shea is going to come off the bench. I would love to see him play next to Desmond Bane so we can get a little bit more spacing for Ja Morant. But we still have G.G. Jackson, and we really have to progress him. So we're gonna get right to rookie signing. We're gonna take our prospects, and we're gonna get to some trades before we get to free agency. So we're gonna do the spin the wheel, and I'm gonna see you guys there. All right, so I was going to do the spin the wheel trade type of ordeal, but I don't think we're going to do that for this offseason. I'm definitely going to implicate it into my videos a lot, just for the simple fact is I want this to be at random. But now that the NBA draft has happened, it's not really much realistic things that can happen. Because if we look at the potential trades, I mean, I don't know why the Hawks would trade for Brandon Ingram if they just drafted Cody Williams with the first pick, and then they traded for the second pick to get Alex Sarr. So it looks like they're really trying to get into a real rebuild, but I think DeJounte Murray is going to get traded from them. I'm going to take advantage of that. Brandon Ingram is going to be traded too, but probably not to the Atlanta Hawks. I'm probably going to send him to Cleveland or something. But yeah, based on the draft, I'm really not going to get anybody crazy. The Spurs also drafted Jared McCain, which I think that is crazy with the 8th pick when guys like Holland, Cassell, Risa Shea, Rob Dillingham, Montas Buzelis, all those guys on the board. I don't think you pass up on them for Jared McCain. No disrespect to him, obviously, but I just think those guys are better prospects as of right now. If we look at Donovan Clink, he has 6 total badges. Just to take a look real fast, if we look at his overalls, he is a 76 overall with an 86 standing dunk. He has a 65 mid-range, a 62 three-pointer, a 58 free throw. Post controls at a 78 though, so that's about average for a rookie. I'm really looking at the defense though. That's what I'm worried about. I'm going to bump up his pass IQ and his passing vision just a little bit because he's actually a pretty good passer in college. His interior defense is at a 78 and his perimeter defense is at a 60. His block is at an 86. His offensive rebounds is at an 82 and his defensive rebounds at 82. So this guy's going to be really good for us. And trust me, he's going to stick around. I like this pick a lot. I wouldn't have traded this pick either. Like I wouldn't have traded this pick for a potential starter ready guy. I like Donovan Clink and I love his potential. So I'm going to get some trades done. All these guys that I brought up earlier, they're going to get traded, and I'm going to trade some more guys too. I'm not going to show you guys my thought process, but this is basically me predicting how the offseason will go, or how the offseason would go if I was the GM of all 30 teams. So DeJounte Murray is going to be gone. Brandon Ingram, gone. Mikal Bridges, gone. Josh Giddey, gone. Zach LaVine, gone. Jared Allen, gone. Darius Garland, gone. CJ McCollum, gone. All these guys are gone. Okay, so I actually cooked up a 3-team trade that's probably going to make this process a little easier because I said I was trading CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Darius Garland. So all these guys are getting traded right now as we speak. Brandon Ingram's is going to Cleveland. Brandon Ingram's going to be a Cleveland Cavalier for Karis LeVert, Darius Garland, and a 2026 first-round pick. And then the Magic are going to get CJ McCollum for Wendell Carter Jr. straight up from the Pelicans. So the Magic will get CJ McCollum. They need shooting. They were bottom 5 in 3-point percentage in the regular season. CJ McCollum is a great shooter. Pair him next to Jalen Suggs. You maybe start Gogo Batadze and then have Jonathan Isaac come off the bench as a wing defender or a perimeter defender or a rim protector. And you get CJ McCollum, which is some good shooting. So your starting lineup is Jalen Suggs, CJ McCollum, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, and Gogo Batadze. And then the Brandon Ingram trade for the Cleveland Cavaliers is probably going to be Donovan Mitchell, maybe Isaac Okoro, Brandon Ingram, somebody in at the 4, and then Evan Mobley at the 5. So I don't necessarily hate this trade at all. Darius Garland needs another chance to really be in a different situation, and I think him being in New Orleans makes enough sense. You get Zion as a lob threat, you get some more shooting, you are able to insert Trey Murphy into the starting lineup. So the starting lineup is now Darius Garland, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, Zion Williamson, and Wendell Carter Jr. This is a very good team. And then you have Karis LeVert to come off the bench, and you also get a first-round pick out of it. So I think this is a very good trade. So that's the trade right there. I'm going to get into some more trades because obviously DeJounte Murray has to get traded too. Okay, so the Atlanta Hawks, they have a big man situation. They have 3 big men who are deserving of minutes in Onyeka Okongwu, Alex Sarr, and Bruno Fernando. Now, in my opinion, I do not think the Atlanta Hawks trade for or I don't think they trade for the second overall pick to go get Alex Sarr if they were going to switch his position or have him come off the bench. So I'm going to have Onyeka Okongwu get traded. He's going to get traded to the Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors need a center. I think Onyeka Okongwu is very overlooked just because of the simple fact that he has not gotten the chance to start. So what we're going to do is we're going to send Gary Payton, who's just expired. That's crazy. We're going to send Moses Moody over there for one, actually. And then I think the Warriors need just a little bit more bread to make the paperwork. And then we're actually just gonna send Jacoby Walter's not gonna go. Guy Santos, and then they're gonna get like a 2027 first. That's just how it's gonna be. Moses Moody is another guy who did not get his chance in Golden State. He's only 22 years old. Only 22 years old, has a good 3-ball, has a good mid-range. Let's look how the defense looks. Let's look how the perimeter defense is average. So this is the trade they're gonna make. Onyeka Okongwu is now the starting center for the Golden State Warriors. That's one trade that I'm going to have happen. I'm actually going to have DeJounte Murray stay with the Atlanta Hawks. So now it's Trae Young, DeJounte. Then you have either Moses Moody, Cody Williams, or Sadiq Bey start at the 3. Then Jalen Johnson, and then Alex Sarr. So I think right now the safe bet is to start Moses Moody. I think Sadiq Bey and Cody Williams can be a good wing pairing off the bench for right now. Obviously, Cody Williams is going to be the guy you want to start later down the line. But right now, day one, game number 1, I think the starter is Moses Moody. You also have AJ Griffin, who's going to get some minutes. So I like what Atlanta's doing here. They have their starting center. They moved on. They got some pretty good assets from the Golden State Warriors. And we're going to get things started. DeJounte Murray is going to stay, so I'm going to knock him off the list. Mikal Bridges is about to get traded right now. It's either going to be the Knicks, the Thunder, or the Rockets. I'm going to see how we do. Okay, so we saw that the Oklahoma City Thunder in the playoffs this year in real life, they didn't have much ball. They didn't have much on-ball creators to really stop Dallas, especially when Jalen Williams was pretty frustrated and not making a lot of shots. Same with Chet Holmgren and some consistent shooters. I think Mikal Bridges as a number 2 or number 3 on the championship team, depending on who the number 1 is, can be a legitimate option. You know, he had that hot streak towards the end of last year where he was averaging about 26, 27 points per game on the Brooklyn Nets. People thought he could really be a number 1 guy, and that's just not what he is. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's not a lot of number 1s on a championship team in the league. They're made up of role players. They're made up of number 2 guys, you know, so I think this is a good trade. The Nets are going to be getting Josh Giddey and 3 first-round picks. That's what the Nets really need. So if they're going to get 3 first-round picks out of this, I think they accept it with no issue. So on my list of people to trade this offseason, Josh Giddey and Mikal Bridges get scribbled right off the list. They get scribbled right off the list. So Mikal Bridges, he is now the starting 2 guard for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Very excited to see what they do this season. Very excited. And you know 2K likes to meat ride the Thunder, so we're going to see what happens. But next thing I'm going to do is change his position. Change his position to shooting guard. Yeah, he falls to an 82, which is okay. Jalen Williams, I'm going to put him at point guard, at small forward actually. And then Lou Dort is probably just going to come off the bench while Aaron Wiggins is not a power forward. I don't know why he jumps up to an 85. So there's 3 small forwards who are deserving of minutes. What happens if I put Lou Dort? Lou Dort is a 6'4". Okay. Yeah, this is the squad. Very excited to see how good they get. Very excited. So the only people left to trade, to be honest, is Zach LaVine and Jared Allen. So I'm going to also make some more trades, but they're going to be small, like role player trades, just to see what the waters are. Now, the asking price for Zach LaVine has went down dramatically this season with the contract that he has and the injury history. So Zach LaVine is now getting traded to the Chicago Bulls for Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, and 2 first-round picks. I think Gabe Vincent is just a salary filler, but the 2 first-round picks and Rui Hachimura are very intriguing if I'm the Chicago Bulls. So I'm going to take this trade. And I think Bulls fans are going to be happy just for the fact that they found their direction, which is rebuilding. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know who the Bulls drafted. Let's see who they drafted. They drafted Ron Holland, which is a very good pickup. So I like that a lot for the Chicago Bulls. And maybe they can tank just enough to be bad next year and get like a guy like Cooper Flagg or Ace Bailey or any one of those guys in the 2025 draft. So there's a list right there, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much everybody I'm going to be trading. I'm going to look around the league, see if there's any moves that I can make that are realistic for this summer. But other than that, man, that's pretty much it. I'm going to let you guys know if I do anything else. Okay, I definitely forgot about Jared Allen, but the last thing that the Cavaliers truly need is a point guard and a power forward, because we've let Darius Garland go, and Evan Mobley is going to be pushed to the 5, so there could be a little bit more spacing for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So, and they have 0 first-round picks. So Jared Allen's going to get traded to the Orlando Magic. This is the team that makes the most sense. I really don't see another team that makes sense. I mean, there's the Hornets, but what are they going to give up? What are they going to give up? I don't even know who did they draft? Here he is right here. They drafted a 73 overall with the 6th pick. Anyway, the Magic at the power forward position, they really don't have much. But you know who they do have? A lot of point guards. Gary Harris. Well, that's not a point guard. Markelle Fultz, Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, who I would say is untouchable. We're going to change CJ McCollum's position to a shooting guard again, by the way, because Jalen Suggs overall is going down. Anyway, I like Anthony Black at the point guard position, and then you can give them a Nuggets top 5 protected pick, and then a 2027 first round pick for Jared Allen, because the Cavs don't have any first round picks. As far as that stretch power forward, I don't think you're going to be able to find that unless you want to give them Chuma Okeke, and that's not really a good idea for me, in my opinion. But I think having a decent point guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers is something that you do. The Magic have really sped up their championship window. I don't think they've done it too much, but that's not a bad deal. So the Cleveland Cavaliers now have this point guard, and hey, we don't know what's going to happen. By the way, this is my universe. I think some of these trades are realistic. I can see where some of these trades aren't realistic. So in the end of the day, we're just gonna spice some stuff up. Anyway, we're gonna get to free agency. I'm not gonna control every team for free agency. I'm just gonna see if anybody for my team, the Memphis Grizzlies, if there's anybody we can sign. If we look at our roster, how it's constructed at the moment, we are going to move Jaren Jackson to the power forward position. He falls 1 overall. That's fine. Brandon Clark is not going to start. Donovan Klinger will. Rich Sachet is not going to get the job immediately, even though I'm going to see if there's a possible chance he could be halfway decent in Summer League. I'm going to see what I can do with him. I don't think there's anything we truly need. I mean, we would love some bench guys, but I don't hate Brandon Clark and Aldama. And then Rich Sachet is going to be that guy off the bench maybe for the first half of the season that comes in and does his job. Now, Gigi Jackson is always upset in 2K. So if I trade him, don't be pissed. He's always pissed in 2K. So he's probably going to get moved if his overall keeps dropping. If he's happy by the trade deadline, we'll keep him. But if his overall is dropping 3 or 4, he's getting traded. I don't have the time for that. But if we look, I want to keep Luke Kennard. Jake LaRavia, 22 years old. Let's look. Does you got a sniper? Not really. Not gonna keep him. Scottie Pippen Jr. So what? I'm not really going to be bringing anybody back. I think we have a solid team. I think we're going to be pretty fine this year. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure all these stars go back to their respective places. If we look, the Lakers look like they're going to get LeBron James back. The Indiana Pacers have not offered Pascal Siakam a deal. I know Tyrese Maxey is going to go back to the Sixers. And then Paul George, I think I'm going to have him go back to the Clippers. DeMar DeRozan, don't really care. Drew Holiday, don't really care if you go back or not. James Harden, don't care where you go either. Yeah, don't necessarily care where anybody else goes. I don't think Jonas Valanciunas should go back to the Pelicans. It looks like he might go to the Suns. But D'Angelo Russell's probably not going to go back to the Lakers. Who knows? But right now, I'm only worried about my team and my team only. I don't know how much money we have in cap space, but I would love a ball handler or more like a slasher that can just come in and play some good minutes. Let's look and see if there's any young guy that didn't get drafted that would want to come play with us. Tyler Smith, power forward. I would love to give him a deal. That's a guy that might be like a first round pick. Same with Johnny Murphy. Let's see. Is there any Bronny James in here? Brad Christie. These are all other guys. Kyle Flapowski didn't get drafted. Justin Edwards didn't get drafted. Tyrese Proctor. I think that's Tyrese Proctor. Amari Bailey was in last year's draft. Imani Bates is a free agent, might not get signed. The only person that was intriguing for me, at least, was Tyler Smith. Now, Jaren Jackson is in that position. If we look at Tyler Smith's attributes, he has an A- 3-pointer, a B mid-range, a B inside defense, a B+ rebound. I think we're gonna take him. You know, I'm not really one to hate. You know, if you 2 years, $7 million, we're gonna invest into Tyler Smith. I mean, this was a guy that's supposed to be a first round pick. So we're gonna take him. We're gonna invest some time into him. Probably gonna send him to the G League for the first year, but that's okay. I'm gonna play some summer league. We're gonna go over the off season, and then we can really get out of here. And the first episode will be the next episode. I said the first episode. The first game will be the next episode. All right, before we end the video, I just want to say our whole starting five for our summer league team are guys that are going to get significant minutes. I mean, GG Jackson is going to get minutes. Zachary Reese-Sachet is going to get minutes. Donovan Clingan is going to get minutes. And based on how Tyler Smith and Scottie Pippen play, they might find their way into the rotation later in the year. So this is going to be very interesting. All right, so it's been 2 days since I recorded at least part of the first episode. So first thing I want to do is go over the games I played. I actually played these games against the San Antonio Spurs. John Morant had 30 points. Desmond Bane had 22. Jaren Jackson had 16. Zachary Reese-Sachet didn't shoot too well from the field, but he had 12 points. Donovan Clingan had 10 rebounds and 3 blocks. Didn't really get the ball as much, but he did what I wanted him to come in and do, and rebound the ball and block some shots. So I was very, very impressed with him. Tyler Smith also came. Is it Tyler or Tyron? I forgot. But he got 7 points, 4 rebounds, played about 12 minutes. Can't really ask for much more. Now, a few things I want to talk about. Desmond Bane has been struggling. Now, I know he's averaging 17 points per game, 31% from 3, 48% from the field. Hasn't been too impressive. And when I say that, he has not shot the ball well, and it's not even like I'm asking him to get on an isolation and score the ball. I'm really just asking him to knock down some open shots. I let John Morant drive to the paint, and we swing it to Desmond Bane, and he's the guy that shoots the ball when he's open. That guys like him, guys like Luke Kennard, guys like Zachary Reese-Sachet, I'm gonna ask them to shoot. If you can see, Reese-Sachet had 75% from the 3 in this game. And then we go against the Suns, and if we look at Desmond Bane, he shoots 2 for 9. Had 19 points, but what I'm really asking him to do is to make the open 3-pointers, and that's just not what he's doing. So it's going to be a time to really try and process and get him into the offense and figure out how to use him properly. I found this play in the playbook that works for him and Reese-Sachet, because Reese-Sachet is not bad from the post. He's 6'9". I think I'm gonna bump him up to 6'10" based on his draft bio, whatever you call it. But it's a play where Zachary Reese-Sachet gets the ball in the post on the left elbow. Desmond Bane comes across 2 screens set by Jaren Jackson and John Morant from the right wing, and then he makes his way to the left wing, and it should be a wide open jump shot. I really like that play for Desmond Bane just to get him in rhythm. He's 26 years old. He's making almost $200 million a year. I don't know if that is best for our team. And also, GG Jackson. GG Jackson is never satisfied. He's never satisfied in 2K. We all know this. He's averaging about 7 points, and he's not the best shooter either. So I don't know. If we trade a guy like GG Jackson, he's only 19 years old. I was looking around the league, and really all I would want is a defender. A defender, because we have the guy that can defend the guards in Marcus Smart. We also have a guy that can defend bigs in Clingan and Jaren Jackson. So it's like we really need that wing defender. If we were to play the Lakers in a 7-game series, we don't have an answer for LeBron. Like, the best idea I have is to put Tyler Smith on him. But anyway, I don't think anybody has an answer for LeBron, but you get what I'm saying. And in this game against the Suns, Kevin Durant had 34. We didn't have an answer for Kevin Durant. I tried to put Jaren Jackson on him. That did not work. Kevin Durant absolutely killed Jaren Jackson. So GG Jackson, I was wondering, looking around the league, I really like Lou Dort. He's about 25 years old. He's an 80 overall, has great perimeter defense. But if we just look at the player finder real fast, I honestly want to just see who is the shooting guard, small forward, and has some really good perimeter defense. I would just say maybe B+ or better. If we look, I would go to the lower overalls. Josh Green could be an option. He's 23 years old. Quentin Grimes, he's 6'5", though. I would want somebody that's 6'7" or taller. Let's look. Let's keep looking. Alex Caruso, Ron Holland is young. Norman Powell isn't the worst idea. Royce O'Neal is 6'6". It's not the perfect player to go get. I mean, Ben Shepherd isn't the worst idea. He has a perimeter defense and a B- 3-pointer. He's not the worst idea in the world. It's Zaire Williams, who we just traded, actually, is kind of sad. But who else? There's also some guys out here. There's some free agents out here. Matisse Thybulle. Hold on. We don't have enough money to go get him. He wants $8 million. You don't have a job right now, bro. Take the money. Anyway, the next episode we're gonna be playing the Denver Nuggets just to really see how we look against a team that is this good. I would assume that Donovan Clingan is gonna take the Nikola Jokic assignment, and then we're gonna have Jaren Jackson help off. Don't really know who's going to be guarding Jamal Murray. It's probably going to be GG Jackson. His perimeter defense is not the best. I think we might just throw Desmond Bane on him. Or we can do a starting lineup of Ja Morant, Marcus Smart, Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson, and then Donovan Clingan. So we can put Marcus Smart on Jamal Murray. So we're really going to do a lot of teams. Like, if you see me play a game, it's going to be against the team that we think is going to make the playoffs, and we may have a chance to see them in the playoffs. Another thing, my goals for this season, I would say I would want to make the playoffs. I don't want to be in the play-in, and I want to win a playoff series. That's really all I'm asking for this season. I'm not saying we can be a championship caliber team this season. Maybe next year when Zachary Rissache really gets that jump shot more improved and he becomes a full head-on starter. His perimeter defense is something we're gonna work on. I'm actually gonna have these guys do the player mentorship. Here it is, right here. I'm not gonna have that. Let's select mentee. Who do I want Desmond Bane to mentor? Who was it? I think it was Rissache. Yeah, we're gonna have Desmond Bane. No, I'm not. Let's see if we can. Yeah, let's see if we can. Jaren Jackson. I think it's gonna take me a minute. All right, I'm gonna do this off camera and then I will come back to you guys when I'm finished. Okay, so I have Desmond Bane mentoring Zachary Rissache, and then we also have Jaren Jackson mentoring Tyler Smith. Now, the reason I don't have Jaren Jackson mentoring Donovan Clingan is because I don't want Donovan Clingan to be a Jaren Jackson. I think Tyler Smith has the potential to be a type of guy that can come off the bench and be a lob threat, be a rebounder, be a defender, be a guy that can take the ball up court, because right now we don't really have that ball handler who can create for himself off the bench yet. And I feel as though Tyler Smith can be the guy that can bring the ball up, have Marcus Smart come across some screens or have him cut to the basket, have Rissache come off some screens and get open, things like that. And I think Tyler Smith can be the guy that can distribute the ball, because if we look, it was one of these games where he had 3 assists, and they were 3 like comfortable assists. If we look, this was the game, actually. He had 4 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. The 10 rebounds and the 3 assists really intrigued me. Now, not really gonna feed into that too much, because Donovan Clingan did not play He actually did not play most of this game against the Knicks. I know it says 23 minutes, but 2K just kept subbing him in, and he got hurt. It was a day-to-day injury. He missed 2 games. So he didn't play in this game at all, as you can tell. Tyler Smith ended up getting the starting job and had 10 rebounds and 3 assists. So look out in the future for me trading Gigi Jackson. Also look out for the future for me trading Brandon Clark and Santi Aldama. I really just want a backup center who can come in and mentor Donovan Clingan. I think there are some guys across the league who can really come in and fill that role. Like Jalen's, I don't know. We're going to have to find out. We're going to have to find him. This team is interesting. But anyway, if you guys like this type of content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I should be posting another episode for the Memphis Grizzlies franchise, maybe within the next day or two, depending on when this comes out. I think this is going to come out on either Tuesday or Wednesday. That's going to be the game where we play the Denver Nuggets and we just see what we have. We're also going to simulate a few games. So I love you guys, and I'm out. Peace.